morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm back up here at Car and Truck Country of Flemington to take a look at a brand new 2022 Jeep Renegade. This is the Altitude 4x4 trim, so let's dig in. All right, the front end of this Jeep Renegade, and pardon me if you see a lot of salt on the front, this was just delivered to the dealership from Italy. And you heard right, the Jeep Renegade is made in Italy by Fiat for Jeep. Flat black on the grille, standard lighting, headlights, fog lamps, and turn signals. Blacked out Jeep up front, that's part of the Altitude package where we're blacking things out. But overall, for a cube car, it looks pretty good up front. All right, wheel and tire package on this Jeep. We have an 18-inch gloss black wheel, which is going to get pounded with wear as this car is used. Standard brake and rotors. We have all-season tires, 225 on the width, 55 series sidewall, 18s, all four corners, all-wheel drive. All right, full side profile on this Renegade, and like I mentioned earlier, this is a cube car. Now, on the Kia Soul review I did, I made a big deal about the Soul winning the cube car wars. The Nissan Cube is gone. The Honda Element is gone. That's the last one standing. And a viewer said, "Hey, Mike, what about the Jeep Renegade? That's a cube car too." And I said, you know what? You're right. So let me get a Renegade on the channel. So here we are with this bikini blue metallic. What a name for a color. It looks a lot like teal. In person, we have a lot of flat black around the wheel wells and on the bottom of the door sills because this is an off-road ready small cubed SUV. But overall, it looks really cute, and you know, cute sells. Let me know what you think about it. Like I mentioned, we have flat black around the wheel wells. We have gloss black on the side view mirror with standard turn signals, color matched on the front and rear door handle. Up top, we are color matched. We do not have a shark fin antenna. We have that old-fashioned antenna, which is a thing of the past. And then we have a nice large panoramic sunroof up top. All right, the back end of this Renegade, we have a very stubby roof spoiler as it's a very flat back end. The Jeep badge in the middle, 4x4 on the bottom left to the tailgate. We're non-LED lighting in the back, but I really like those square taillights. I really think that looks kind of neat in the back. It gives it a distinctive look. Flat black on the lower bumper, and the exhaust is tucked up underneath on the right side of the car. All right, we are under the hood of this 2022 Renegade Altitude four-wheel drive, and what are we looking at for a power plant? Well, we got a 1.3-liter turbocharged inline four-cylinder engine mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission. 177 horsepower, 210 pound-feet of torque. The vehicle can tow up to 2,000 pounds. MPG's 23 in the city, 29 on the highway. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. All right, before we start on the interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much is this gorgeous bikini metallic clear coat exterior paint? How much does this bad boy cost? Well, the way this one is optioned, the Altitude trim, the four-wheel drive, you're looking at an MSRP of $36,170. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the footbox, we have a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator, all rubber finish. Makes sense with this off-road capable Renegade. We have the all-season and carpeted floor mats in the back cargo area. When you got power seats for the driver, manual seats for the front passenger with black cloth interior with the white cross stitch. Not bad, but very monochromatic on the interior. All right, door panel action. We have kind of soft touch up top, but kind of hard. I'm going to go harder than softer up top. We have brushed aluminum on the door handle, flat black on the switchgear, and the armrest is semi-soft, so not bad. Moving over here to the dash, we have soft touch up top, a nice grab handle, really solid right here. So when you're hitting those off-road trails, your passenger can hold on for dear life. You got your heat and air vent over there, and then down underneath, you have a nice large glove box. All right, now we come to the center console action. We have 2 heat and air vents up top. Then we have our 8.4-inch integrated Uconnect 4 infotainment screen with nav, with wired Apple CarPlay, wired Android Auto, climate action right here, and that it was going to give you the dual climate control, which is nice. You hit this button, now you got your heated seats for both the driver and front passenger, and a heated steering wheel. Very nicely done. You hit phone, you can Bluetooth your phone. You go to settings, you can set up the settings however you would like inside the car. You got your media over here where you Bluetooth your phone or listen to your satellite radio. And then we can go back to nav and get back to the map. Touchscreen action, yes it is, and it's pretty responsive here for Uconnect 4, so a nice job on the infotainment system in this little Renegade. We put it into reverse. Now we have our backup camera we have that center line for towing, even though you're not going to tow very much with this, only up to 2,000 pounds, but this rear view camera could be a little clearer, but overall, not bad. As we move down further, you have your manual controls for what I just showed you up on the head unit, and then below that, you have your modes for your auto. Then you can go to snow mode, sand, or mud, and then you can lock the differential into 4-wheel drive. You have a USB-A and a 12-volt. And then down further, you have an area for storage right down here. Here is the gear shift to go up and down this 9-speed automatic transmission. Looking good. And then we have our electric emergency brake, auto stop start off, traction control off, and then our Jeep key fob. Well, it looks pretty plain Jane, really. You have unlock and lock. You have your remote start. You have your panic button. Jeep on the back, looking pretty good. Nice weight. 2 cup holders, some storage for some pens and pencils. Nice soft center armrest with cross stitch. And then you open that up and you have a little cubby down there to store some stuff. It's deep, but not very wide. All right, here we are on this Jeep steering wheel. We have a nice steering wheel, nice leather wrap steering wheel, nice 10 and 2 notches. You got your Jeep badge and the horn button with a nice silver trim around the outside, which I like. Over here, you have your telephone and voice commands. On the right, you have your cruise control and some dead switches. I don't know what these would have been for. Higher level trim, maybe you're going to get, I don't know. I have no clue. Let me know if you know what these are in the comments, because I have no clue. And then we move in. We have our bright lights and directionals on the left. You have your windshield wiper action front and back on the right. Over here on the side, you can adjust your headlight and fog lamps, brighten and dim the dash right there. And this is a manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel. We move into the dash, and we have an analog digital combo. You have analog gauges for your speedometer and tachometer with the red line of 6,500 RPM. And then in the middle, you have your digital display for your fuel level, coolant temperature, and then you can go to other different menus that are in this center stack. So there is plenty of action going on here on the center console. So it is a nice setup, easy to use, easy to figure out, and I like it. All right, your overhead console, here's your SOS button. Here are the controls to open the panoramic sunroof. This is non-LED lighting. As you can see, when you open the door, the lights come on. When you close the door, the lights go off. To open up the shade, you would hit this. It's a one-touch button. And now our shade goes all the way back across the rear passengers and all the way back to almost the tailgate area. And then it's a one-touch back operation as well. And it comes all the way back across the top, and then it will close. And it's a translucent one, so it's not going to block out everything. but nice operation. We move on to our sun visor. Vanity mirror, as expected, detach. It doesn't slide. It slides a little, but then it has an extension to fully block out the side sun. So I like that. Nice job from Jeep there. All right, getting into the back of the Jeep. I have this seat set for my driving position, so let's climb on into the back. Nice. Knees have enough room, even though they're just grazing up against the back of the seat. Again, it's set for my driving position. But again, shoulder width room is good. Since it's a boxy car, my headroom at 5'11" is great. Door panels, same as the front, so nice consistency of design front to back. Again, more plastics though used here in the back than the front. We don't have a pocket for behind the driver, but we do have a seat pocket behind the passenger. And then back here for connectivity, you got a USB-A, and I believe this is a home power source. Yes, so a USB-A and a home power source in the back. So we come back here to our center armrest. All right, no center armrest. Jeep, you got to give me a center armrest at 36 grand. Sorry. But overall, not half bad. But as you can see with this interior, it is does have some cheaper materials in it. But this is set up for off-road duty. It's not obviously a Trailhawk, but it is set up for some off-road duty. And if you're going to off-road in this, you're going to want some types of materials in here that are going to be easy to clean. And what they have in here is very easy to clean, so I can certainly understand the material choices here inside this Renegade. All right, tailgate time in this Jeep Renegade, and you come up and it's pretty obvious. Here's the handle right underneath the license plate. You pull it nice, easy, but it is manual to get it up, but it's nice and light. And with that cube shape, nice space here in the back with the rear row up. Here are the all-weather floor mats I talked about earlier in the review, but really nice here in the back. You got some lighting, you got a cubby back here, you got some tie downs all the way around. So they do a nice job. Underneath here, you have your fix-a-flat. So no spare, which is disappointing. And now to get these rear seats down, it's pretty simple. You have a button you push right there, and this whole seat folds down, and then a button to push here, and this whole seat folds down. You got to come around the side now, unfortunately, to push them all the way down to make sure they're down as far as they can go. I always like to do that just in case it's new and they're a little stiff. And these are, but it's down about as far as you can get it. And then when you have a lot more room, especially with this boxy shape, you have a huge amount of room on height as well as depth. So a lot of great storage space here in a small cube car, the Jeep Renegade Altitude. And I love that bikini color. What a name. That could be the name of the year for paint. Let me know what you think. All right, here's the window sticker for this 2022 Renegade Altitude 4x4. Feel free to stop the video, zoom in, see everything that's optioned in here. If you can, there's a sticker on the window in front of it that kind of blocks it. But now let's get this car GoPro'd up and let's take it out for a spin. Off-road test action. Here we are. We're getting ready for a little quick off-road test before we take this out on the highway, and we want to get a feel for how this thing is going to handle. I got this thing set off-road mode in sand with the four-wheel drive locked. So here we go. Not much of a test, but it may give you some glimpse of what this thing is capable of on a trail. So here we go. Nice. Swing back around. Get some bumps going. All right, that was all right. That was good. Now we'll swing around. was interesting. We'll get this back in auto, and then I'll be back with you when we're out on the road in this Renegade. All right, back out of the dealership. Now we're going to give it a little road test. Not too much, because I don't have much gas in this thing, unfortunately. But my first impression of this Renegade, it's really long. I mean, I feel like I'm really far back from the windshield and the hood. It just feels like it's been pushed out from me, and so it feels very long up front, which surprised me. I thought the car would feel smaller, but it actually feels a little larger than it looks from the outside. It also drives nicely, right? It's not the most comfortable drive. I mean, you bounce around a little bit, but you got big sidewall tires, so that's going to help offset that some. The steering isn't half bad. The visibility out the front windshield is fantastic. Side view mirrors, fantastic. Rear mirror, great. We have a standard rear view mirror, nice big side view mirrors with blind spot action, so that's nice. But overall, it is very, very boxy. If you like boxy vehicles and the extra room those boxy designs bring on the inside, you'll love this Renegade. Now, of course, people are going to criticize this. This is an Italian Jeep. This is a Fiat Jeep. And you know what? It is. Made in Italy by Fiat for Jeep. But it's not, it's a pretty, number one, it's cute. Right? And cute sells. Number two, it's not half bad. I mean, I'm enjoying myself in this car tremendously, especially when I was going around on the gravel out back of the dealership to give you a little sample of what it's like off-road. You got those nice off-road settings. You got your connectivity in here. You got your heated steering wheel and heated seats. The only thing we're really missing that I don't see is a wireless charging pad. And I would like to have a wireless charging pad in my vehicle. And I don't see one in here, and I'm looking around just to make sure I didn't miss anything, and I just don't think it's here on this altitude trim. I think you've got to bump up to maybe limited to get that. I'd have to do some research, because I just saw this on the lot today. I actually didn't come up here to film this car. The car I wanted to come up and film wasn't available, and so I said, hey, you know what, let me try out a Renegade, because I had remembered somebody in my Kia Soul review said, hey, Mike, the Kia Soul isn't the last cube car left. The Jeep Renegade is a cube car. And I thought about that. I'm like, you're right. So I'm like, let's do a Renegade. What do you got to lose? But the little 4-cylinder engine gets us down the road just fine. You got some extra torque that comes in low to help move this car down the road at a decent clip. So you're not really worried about not having enough power to get out on the highway or whatnot. And so I really can't complain too much about this little Jeep. Now we're going to punch it a little bit, see if we can get it around this guy. And it, you know, it came right up to speed, and I'm around the guy, and now I'm moving back into the right lane. Piece of cake, easy peasy, 1, 2, 3. So no problem there at all from this little Jeeparoonie. So I kind of like this little car, and so that's pretty much what I have for you right now on this little Jeep. It is not a bad car, Jeep, even though it's an Italian Jeep. It's not bad, but let me know what you think about the price. Now at $36,000, that can be an issue for some people. So let me know what you think about the price tag here in this Renegade Altitude. If $36K for what I've shown you sounds like it's too much, or if it's okay or not, you know, let me know in the comments. I'd be anxious to hear what your thoughts are on this Renegade. But I want to thank Ciocca Car and Truck Country of Flemington for allowing the channel access to this 2022 Jeep Renegade Altitude 4-wheel drive vehicle for review today. I'd also like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this review, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.